We focus on education, not because we're related to Cardano or we came from Cardano, just because it's a research-based blockchain and it's a new technology. So we need to focus on education so we can teach developers how to use it and how to build in it. Otherwise, nothing will get built.
Yeah, I would add that extended UTXO is new, right? That's a new smart contract framework. And if you look at multiple chains right now are leveraging the work that was done with EVM. That is one thing that Ethereum did a very good job on, and I think deserves a lot of credit in terms of creating open source tooling and libraries that have brought in a tremendous amount of development talent, created multiple dApps across multiple ecosystems, right? But that didn't happen overnight. That was something that took time to develop, and we get shit sometimes from the market because extended UTXO is younger, right? And so we're kind of in that initial phase where we're putting together the manufacturing process, right? To where, if you were to take the EVM libraries from, years ago, right? It may have taken a large team, a lot of research, versus today, oftentimes it's, pasting things that are already built together. And so, we don't have the same maturity level. Let's just call it that. We're younger. So as we build and create an open source community, we get tools, libraries, we will reach a point where the barrier to entry gets lower and lower and lower and lower. And at that point, that's when you really start to answer the question, what can these systems do? And at that point, I think you're going to see the benefit of extended UTXO, both on Ergo and on Cardano.
Yeah, I mean, basically, look, the bottom line here is education. Cardano didn't invent education. The education approach has been taken with other blockchains, other companies, other projects. Simply because, as Joe said, when you start with education, you can onboard a lot more people that don't know what your chain does. How are you going to explain to the average person, and I'm not talking about somebody who's been in the blockchain space for a while or somebody even really knows blockchain, what is the difference between Ergo and, say, Bitcoin, and why should they care? That's the whole point. What you're doing with education is you're creating yourself an on-ramp, because there's more people that want to know about blockchain and what it does than people that want to know the difference between Bitcoin and Ergo. It's not that it's Ergo or Bitcoin are not amazing projects or fascinating projects or don't attract interest. It's just, if you're looking at your audience, there's a much bigger audience that wants to know in general, wants to be onboarded without feeling like they're being bombarded with information and lexicon that they don't understand. And you don't want to intimidate people as well, because some of these things do intimidate people. And this is something that I've spoken about previously, just by myself when I just started in the blockchain field, and this was 6 years ago, so more than 6 years ago, almost 7. I came from a pretty extensive developer background. I am by trade a developer, hands-on, Java, C++, Basic and Pascal, because that's how old I am. Oracle databases, all this old people shit, okay, and younger people shit that I did for 20 years, okay. I came into blockchain, and my first question was, and what? Because everybody was saying, oh my God, it's such a great thing. Blockchain. Like, okay, so, and what? I mean, what is it? Okay, decentralization, that's cool. And what? And it's not that I was against it or that I had a particular, I'm thick or something. I just, at first, I didn't really get the buzz, and that's fair, because not everybody will get it, even if you have a background. And different people need to be educated in different ways. Okay, so for me, The problem was that there was either two, at that point, there were only two types of videos. Ones that came from like, I don't know, like freaking Harvard Review and you know, world-renowned cryptographers using big long words that made my head hurt. And there was another kind where it was like, you know, one of those picture graphs, which, well, this is Jack. Jack likes blockchains. Blockchains are blocks and they're chains. And it's like, is there something in the middle that doesn't require for me to get a lobotomy and doesn't require for me to have a PhD in cryptography? So that's the whole point. You create these products to give access to your ecosystem. It doesn't have to be Cardano. It doesn't have to be anybody. It can be ours. It can be Ergo's. And Ergo has got enough material, unique material, to put out there to make their own print without having to say, oh, it's just like this guy, these guys, or those guys. And this is why I'm a big proponent of this particular product that I think we should heavily concentrate on. And I would encourage our ecosystem, the Ergo ecosystem, to concentrate on this, because not only will it bring people into the Ergo ecosystem, educating in general is something that the blockchain movement needs to do. We need to educate people about Ergo. We need to educate lawmakers about why crypto and blockchains are not evil, so that they don't make stupid laws and try to ban stuff they don't understand. Education is important, and we need to pioneer. We need to be leaders in this. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace it.